man. I can go over. Yeah, baby. What does CycleCruza get? Bam! YZ450FX. Can you believe it's been over 2 years since I've owned this 2019 Yamaha YZ450FX Custom Supermoto? I did a full build series on it, so I'll include the build series link in the description and comment section of this video. I made it street legal. This is my 2-year review to give you the lowdown. Should you take a dirt bike and convert it to a street bike supermoto out here? You hear so many people tell you, like me, like former CycleCruza back in the day, saying, oh, how much these things require too much maintenance. So I'm going to give you the pros and cons of this bike after 2 years. Stay tuned.
Let's go for a ride. Watching CycleCruza's all-in-one motorcycle channel. Subscribe today. Make sure to visit CycleCruza.com and click on the menu tab My Videos, and those are a bunch of playlists with all my videos categorized in them to make it easier for you to navigate through.
Just to give you a basics on some mods that I did to the bike, I kept the stock front sprocket, which is the counter sprocket. That's 13 teeth. The rear sprocket I changed over to 44 teeth. Changed over to a chain here. This does have a clip on here. Clip. Never had any issues, by the way. I changed the chain guide to an Cherubus because the bottom you can easily take out and change out. Changed over to seat concept seat. This is a must. Stock seat is really hard, man. It's like sitting on wood. Of course, I have the Tusk Dual Sport kit that I put on this. By the way, I have links to all the mods I did on this bike over at CycleCruza.com. Click on My Mods. And that's mods for all of my bikes, by the way. I got the Baja Designs LED light, sport light.
This headlight only uses 26 watts, and it works really well at night.
Front fender is off of a YZ50, 2019 or 2020, I think. I did a video on that and on how to customize it for this bike. I've got the FMF exhaust here. This is the blue titanium. This saves about a pound of weight. And it has a spark arrestor on there. The Kriega tail pack here. Supermoto wheels. These are Warp 9 Supermoto wheels. It's the blue rim with the black spokes, blue hubs. These are Shinko 705 tires. I've got the Zeta hand guards.
By the way, these hand guards have integrated turn signals, and it works very well.
Got the mirrors, the folding mirrors here. So if you drop the bike, this will just fold up like that. By the way, this camera holder here, I have a link to this in the description and comment section of this video. And also for a phone holder that I have on my MT-09 I've had for years, I also have that in the description and comment section of this video as well. If you want to get that, the phone holder. This, I just put Velcro on the case here and just put it here on the bar pad. This is a speedometer here that has the voltmeter. Like I said, links to everything on my website, CycleCruza.com. And it has a horn, everything. I did put on fork seal savers. This is unnecessary, man, for a street bike. And I did upgrade the battery on this to a restart battery, which I highly recommend you do. Basically what that does, the battery will never die. Now if the power dies on this bike, all I have to do is take the seat off and press the button on the battery. But like I said, go see the build series. But as far as after 2 years, I'm going to get on the bike here and do a moto vlog. But before I get on the bike, I just want to tell you that The problem I'm having is that on this Tusk dual sport kit that I put on here, the horn stopped working. I can't get it to work. I checked, the fuse is okay. I checked the wiring. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna probably just have to get a separate wire set up and wire in a new switch for the horn. But besides that, it's fine. But let's get on the bike. Before I get on the bike, also want to let you guys know, regardless of what bike you're riding, make sure you're wearing the gear. This is the best helmet I've ever owned. This ultra lightweight carbon fiber helmet. It comes with an auto tint shield, motovlog camera, airbag vest to help keep you safe. I don't leave home without this. My Dionysi jacket here that I wear in the winter, 3-season jacket, awesome. Links to all of my gear in the description and comment section of this video. What I really love about this bike, this is the only dirt bike that I know of that has this. It has actually where you can tune the bike. You can change the engine characteristics of this bike by going to tuner app here. You click on that, and basically what this allows me to do is I can change the engine characteristics, and I can actually put 2 custom maps on the switch here. But I never did it because I love the 2 maps that come with this bike. The first map is really aggressive, and then when you click in, the light comes on, it puts it to the second map and it subdues the power a bit. But I always keep it on the most aggressive map.
The bike also sends data to your app that keeps track of the hours, and you can keep track of oil changes, piston changes, and valve checks.
Ah, doesn't that sound good? Yeah. Oh, I love this bike, man. Love it. This is a wheelie machine bike, man. Absolutely love it. This is the most fun bike I've ever had. It's really violent. And I love that, man. Really, really awesome, amazing bike. It's really, really fast. 105. See a rip on this bike. This thing rips. This thing just rips, man. All kinds of bottom end power and torque, man. That's why people get 450s, you know what I'm saying, for the street out here, because these things just freaking rip. As you guys know, I had a Yamaha YZ450FX, and that thing is like a toy compared to this bike. This bike is so violent, man. And it just gives you a rush. So I'll tell you guys, I love everything about this bike, but there's 2 things that I don't like about this bike after 2 years. And the first problem, I have the ability to get it corrected, but I haven't taken the time to do it. But if I turn on the headlight, which you should have a headlight on all the time while you're riding on the streets for safety, which I don't right now, but it will wear down the battery. And I learned the hard way when I first rode this bike, as you guys saw in my initial first review of riding this bike. I actually got stranded because I left the headlight on. I thought that the stator would support the headlight, and it doesn't. But you can correct that, I believe, by taking the rotor from a 2020 YZ450F and putting it on this bike, because that will give you more power throughout the RPM range. Now on the highway, it will support the headlight at high RPMs, but just riding around the city here, it won't support it. It's not going to keep the battery charged. So that's why I bought the rotor from the YZ450F, which is supposed to correct that. So I will do an install video in the future on that, so that should take care of the first problem. Second problem, yes, this bike does require a lot of maintenance. I have to do oil changes at least every couple rides. I say at least every 3. I can go 2 to 3 rides before doing an oil change. And I do maybe about a 3-hour session of riding. You're supposed to change the oil like at least every 10 hours. You should. Now, even though I'm riding on the street, I'm not riding in dirt, so the bike isn't getting dirty. It's not breathing in a lot of dirt or anything. So you could probably go a little bit longer, of course, than you would if you're riding in the dirt. But I still want to keep that oil fresh at least, like I said, within every 10 hours or so. Which some of you guys, it's not a big deal. It's really easy and fast on this bike because it holds a small amount of oil, guys. That's one of the reasons why you got to change it so often. I mean, this it holds like what, 1.5 quarts of oil. It's really quick, easy oil changes. Not a big deal. But you know, that oil adds up if you do a whole lot of riding. Also, this bike requires, supposedly, you're supposed to check the valves. They say in the manual, I think it's like every 10-12 hours or something like that. Now, these are race intervals, mind you. I have never checked the valves on this bike. That's the main reason why I held off on getting a 450 for a long time, because I did not want to do regular valve checks. I know it's not a big deal. I've done valve checks in the past. It's very simple and easy to do, but it's something that you have to do, and you don't have to do it on this bike so far, because I haven't done it. I've got over, like, I think close to 70 hours on this bike now in 2 years, which I don't ride. It's not my main bike. This is my dessert bike. This is my bike for having fun, guys. So I don't ride it a whole lot. Like I said, 70 hours in 2 years, and I have not checked the valves at all. So, and this bike is running awesome. It runs better than when I first got it, man. When it was brand spanking new, it broke in, and it's awesome. Also, you're supposed to do a top end on this bike now these are race intervals, by the way. The manual states you're supposed to do a top end on this bike after like 12 hours or something crazy, like 14 hours or something. I don't plan on doing a top end till at least till I hit 100 hours. And some of you guys say I could probably go 200, 300, 400, 500 hours before I do a top end on this bike. At least a lot of you guys have said that. That's what's awesome about Yamaha. That's why I recommend Yamaha, is because these things are so reliable. And this bike is awesome, man. Guys, it's CycleCruza. Why you need to put street tires on your Supermoto, man? What is this? The reason why I went with these guys, because these are great on the street, but yet you can go off-road and get by, and it has a rubber compound that resists tearing, that's for off-road. These are basically ADV tires, so you get the best of both worlds. You can have fun, go low around corners out here, and if you want to go head off-road, it's got a little bit of grip there, and you don't have to worry about your tires getting, having any problems, because it's a tough, durable carcass there. And it's proven to be absolutely awesome. I did make these wheels tubeless. I used extreme sealing tape, and it worked awesome. It does not leak any air at all.
As far as performance on the highway, this bike is absolutely awesome, man. I did a top speed of 105 miles per hour. I've done long stints on the highway. It doesn't sound like it's straining the engine at all. The 1344 gearing is absolutely perfect to do a little bit of everything. I'm averaging about 41 miles per gallon. I use Shell 93 octane gas, and I really rip on this bike, as you see in my videos. The only problem I've ever experienced is when I first got this bike, I had an overheating issue, and I rectified it by changing the engine ice coolant and putting on a high pressure radiator cap.
But I wish you guys all the best out there. Leave a comment below. Let's talk about it. Don't forget to subscribe to my All-in-One Motorcycle channel. Make sure to check out my other channel, Bug Out Moto. Deuces.
Thumbs up. Check out my playlist for new riders and popular videos. Don't forget to comment and subscribe, and check out my other channel, Bug Out Moto, where I customize a van for my motorcycle so I can live in my van with my motorcycle and travel across the country anywhere. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Bug Out Moto.